Hey, what's going on, guys? We're 1 minute late, but we're here and we're excited about this brand new. Well, you'll have to see in a minute. So who am I? My name's Chad Oxted, and let's hear. I've been in the internet marketing space for about 4 years. Before that, I was in network marketing, direct sales, did a lot of door-to-door selling and running sales offices. At one point in time, I became, I called thousands and thousands of leads in my network marketing company, became burnt out, and then became depressed, and then hooked on video games. I played World of Warcraft about 14 hours a day, and I cried for the rest. Just kidding. I did get a little depressed there for a little bit, and but then I pulled myself out. I actually found a mentor, somebody that can help me pull out of that hole, and I actually bounced back. And then I found direct sales, got pretty good at that, and I'm down in Florida. I'm selling, cable, and then all of a sudden I just had this breakthrough. I was listening to this guy that was making $80,000 a month, and he was talking about his lifestyle. And he told me how he had to drive 2 hours in one direction to work, and the only vacations he ever got was to go drive to our other sales offices. And that just didn't seem like freedom to me, and didn't seem like the lifestyle that I wanted. And I instantly, I quit. I walked away from that job, and I actually went and lived in a hotel room and launched a internet business from that hotel room, which went on to pay me, multiple six figures, and allowed me to speak on stage in front of thousands of people, and go to private masterminds that in a mansion that was over $100,000 a week, and it was just amazing. And then I took a little bit of a break. I actually was having a lot of success about a year ago in that business, and but my team was not, and I didn't want to be a part of a business anymore that I was having tons of success, but my team wasn't. So I took some break, and I did some sales and consulting, and I went down and kind of spent the summer or winter in Florida, and I got out of the cold up here in Michigan. And about 3 months ago in March, I had a business opportunity that kind of came across my desk that just got me so excited that I jumped over it, and I decided to launch with that. And I got so excited that I attract some amazing leaders that some of them that you're going to get to know on this hangout. And I'm just super excited to show you what we've been able to create around that business, and what we've been able to create for our team so they can crush it and they can brand themselves in our system. And I'm just super excited. So why don't I hand this over to Joel? Why don't you tell them a little bit about yourself, and I will respond to these people messaging me.
Sure, yeah, exactly. So all right, guys, my name is Joel Straight, and I've been an entrepreneur for about a decade now. And I've worked in, I was doing sales, doing all different kinds of stuff before I became an entrepreneur. And one of the things that I found over and over and over and over and even over again was that I really, really was disgusted by the corporate world, and disgusted by the fact that somebody tells me when I get an opportunity, somebody tells me when I get to pee, somebody tells me when I get to eat, somebody tells me how much money I make, somebody tells me if I get a promotion. And it really honestly just drove me crazy, especially because a lot of the times, I was stuck in the nepotism cycle that happens so often in the corporate world. Now, I can get into all of the fact that I grew up poor and all those types of things, but I don't want to focus on that tonight. Instead, tonight I want to focus on where I'm going, and not so much where I've been. So in building all these multiple six-figure businesses throughout the years, one of the things that became very clear for me was helping other people succeed was one of the most important things that anybody can do. It's one of the best ways to give back to the community after you've earned some of this stuff yourself, after you've learned some of these things yourself and gone through some of the hardships that it really takes to become an entrepreneur. I decided that was something that I wanted to do. So in December 2015, January 2016, I created a system. We created multiple success stories. We had actually probably hundreds of success stories from there. And just as things were kind of beginning to blow up, I actually was hit with a cardiac arrest. I stopped breathing for my heart stopped for 30 minutes. I stopped breathing for 30 minutes. I woke up seeing in 4 different directions. Everything looked like a Salvador Dali painting. It was crazy. Clocks were melting off the walls. People looked like zombies. I was hallucinating all over the place. It was absolutely intense. One of the most intense experiences of my life. Now, I've been on life support a couple of times, but nothing like this. This really gave me an appreciation for what it means to be alive, what it means to what success really means, and the fact that this whole thing is all bigger than me. It's all bigger than us. And so what we decided to do is, I wanted to refocus, realign it, and say, okay, how can I create something? How can I align with people who are looking to give back to a community? How can I align with people that are looking to create lifestyle for others? And that's about when Chad contacted me and said, hey, I've got this thing that I think that we can help a lot of people be successful at. Maybe we can come together and find something that people can duplicate, that anybody can plug into, that anybody can be successful, regardless of what your level is, whether you're brand new or you're a veteran. How can we make something like that happen? And I said, hey, I had this system that I was running for a while until I got hit with the cardiac arrest, ended up with brain damage. I actually ended up 100% blind for a good long time. So I said, hey, I bet that we could duplicate something like that, create something that people could just plug into and have a lot of success with. And that's why we're here tonight. So that is it. Chad, back to you.
Awesome. I appreciate that. Hey, I sent you a message in the chat and the thing. Check that out. Next person I want to introduce is Matt. Matt's amazing. Matt is he's been with me, kind of like we've been working together, like kind of side by side in the same systems, having some amazing success for 3 years now, and I'm just super pumped to finally work with him this close and to have him in the team and part of leadership and creating training for us and amazing stuff. So Matt, why don't I hand it over to you?
Well, thanks for the introduction there, Chad. Appreciate it. And, like you said, and like Joel said, everything that has worked for us has been just like this. And I'm just so glad we can finally get it together to where there's people that are actually helping the new guy get started. In the past and other systems, you don't see that. You see people up here promoting X, Y, and Z. You have one place, one home where people can finally come in. All your steps are laid out for you. All your steps are laid out. And it works. It's proven to work. Systems just like this. But a little history about me. I did 4 years in the military. I was in the Air Force as a mechanic from 2010 to 2014. I ended up getting out, and I needed something to do. I didn't have a source of income, so I really had to replace it and, do something that I wanted, because I had somebody telling me, you have to get up at 5. You have to do this. You have to work out in the morning. You have to do this at a certain time. And I just got so beat down with that, I was done. I wanted the freedom. I wanted the finances to change, and the big issue is I wanted it all to change overnight. I wanted to do something now that worked. That's when I ran into Chad, and we got together and went to an event together and hung out and actually started making some progress here. And, results not typical, but there was $1,000 made in one day, and I was like, okay, maybe this is something I can really look at as a viable option. And ever since, we haven't looked back. We haven't looked back. So I'm just very thankful to be here, and I'm glad that we can all come together at one place and really make something incredible happen.
Absolutely, absolutely. So, Chad.
Yeah.
Take us through the vision, my friend.
So the vision, and I'm now streaming this so people can kind of see from the background. So you could be on the webinar, you could be in my mentoring group watching this. I just turned this on, so this will be interesting. Never done this before, but the vision for this system is to be able to take the little person. Because think about it, most of these, if you get into a business opportunity these days, they do not, like, they don't care about helping the person, the small person, get started, and they don't really help them to have a step-by-step system, and they don't have a simple way for somebody just to come in and start making money. This is one of the things that I actually, it's funny, is my girlfriend, she wanted to buy something, and I can't even remember, it was something from a network marketing person, right? And she's like, yeah, send me the link so I can buy this product. And they sent him the link to the main page of the thing, of the MLM, the network marketing company. And she's like poking around this site for like 10, 15 minutes and couldn't find the product that she wanted to buy. Right? And that's the biggest challenge with a lot of these network marketing companies is they're not systematized to actually sell. They're not set up for somebody just to be able to share a link, for somebody to watch a video, to make a decision to start. There has to be so much hands-on-hand, like combat, I like to call it, with getting people started, that it's just such a pain and such a hassle for most to get somebody started in a major business. There's no just. I had another guy. I had a guy. We were talking about adding other income streams to the system, and so I had a friend that he was like, hey, you should check out this thing, and I'd heard about it. I'm like, oh, this seems neat, whatever. Yeah, tell me, send me a link, I'll check it out. And he's like, well, we actually don't have a link. And I'm like, huh? He's like, I have to set up a presentation with my sponsor, and so we get on like a Skype call, and then he spends like a half an hour like going through this presentation with you. And I'm like, what the, are you kidding me? And I'm like, I'm blown away, because we're so used to systematizing to the point where you send somebody your link, they watch it, they make a decision, and they decide to get started, and then they go through a process that helps them actually have success, where they don't have to be able to do presentations, where they don't have to be the star right away. They don't have to be able to make videos, and they don't have to be, or they don't have to like go to a leader, because that takes away all credibility from you, and it's not leverageable for anybody. Right? Because, I mean, this is the thing. If you're in the UK, right, and I'm your sponsor, in our system, you have a link to go to and to check out our that you can promote the system. Where a lot of companies, it's okay, well, I got to get my sponsor on the thing so he can show you what to do, or what this is about. It's just completely absurd. But yeah, so Joel, why don't you tell me, why are you so excited about this system? What makes this different than a lot of the things that you've seen out there?
Sure. So one of the things that you mentioned was really hinting at the automation of things. And for me, very specifically, automation is everything. In fact, all of the millionaires, and I've even met a billionaire in my life, which was pretty cool. And every single one of them they've all said something that's very, very similar, if not the same. And what that was number one, you need multiple streams of income. Number two, you need those income streams to be automated. And what I mean by automated is that something that's working for you in the background, working for you while you sleep, working for you whether you're traveling, whether you're conducting another business meeting, whether you're with your family eating dinner. You need something that's automated, something that is working for you all the time. The question that comes into play is, how do you set something like that up? And there's a lot of levers and a lot of gears and a lot of working parts that go into that. And the great thing about the system, and one of the things that excites me the most, is the fact that you don't need to figure all that stuff out. It's already been done for you. That part has already been figured out. So within the system, there are multiple streams of income, and there will be more added as we go further on down the line. It just matters that we're not loading it up with just any old thing. We want to make sure that the income streams that we add are, first off, tested, proven. They're from trusted resources, trusted people that we know in the industry. We want to make sure that what we're bringing to you is something that's going to be here today and tomorrow, not something that's here today, gone tomorrow. And so that's a couple of the reasons why I'm so excited about the system. The other thing that I'm really excited about is that I've done a system similar to this twice now. And each time that we did it, we had more success stories than the last time. And this being the third system, I suspect we should very easily be able to create thousands of success stories. And I'm talking about everyday people. There was a guy in my last system who had literally failed online for 3 years running. He was on the brink of divorce. He was sleeping on his couch while he was looking for a new apartment, and his wife and his son were sleeping in a separate room. And this guy literally, he basically was completely divorced, just living on the couch while he went and tried to figure something out to make separate living arrangements. And during the 6 months that he was working our system, he was able to turn his life around financially and be able to show his wife, hey, look, this thing that I'm doing online is not, I'm not just throwing money at this stuff. I'm not just wasting money here. I'm not just jumping into all these different things or this whole thing is not a scam kind of thing. In fact, this is a real business. This is a real opportunity where everybody can succeed. His wife started seeing those results. The guy had an opportunity to connect and free himself away from his business for a minute or two, and start spending time with his wife, start spending time with his kid, and was able to begin to repair his marriage because of that. It's those type of powerful success stories that drive me forward. It's those type of powerful success stories that make me excited for automated systems like these. And I think it's something that, I've said it a couple times, that anybody at any level can come in and really just crush it. And it just comes down to, are you willing to follow the system? And I think that it's something that anybody can build. I think it's something that anybody can be successful. If you get in, you do the work and follow the daily profit plan, then you'll have everything you need to be successful, regardless of what level that you're at.
That's awesome. One of the things we talked about, we actually did some brainstorming the other day about what we were going to talk about on here. One of the things we wanted to really talk about, now that it's clicking in, right, is that, a lot of us have really got our successes in the industry by launching in a smaller system than the company we were with.
Yeah.
Right? And the fact that, I remember, so the first company that I really had some big success with, I was doing okay, right? I was doing good. I'd made about maybe $20,000 or something like that in a year or something with the regular, just the platform or the company. And then when this system launched with it, and it was kind of a smaller group of folks. There's still a good amount of people in there, but I could get on the leaderboard. I could kind of get some more recognition. I could get some exposure. I came up with a training. I remember the first time I ever did a big training in front of a lot of people. I remember, I'll give her a shot. Lisa Torres actually invited me to speak on we had a training on that Wednesday, and I did this training on Craigslist, and she was She actually couldn't make it, but Mike Hobbs ended up being the interviewee, the person that interviewed me. And, you know, it really blew up my exposure and allowed me to brand myself. And so sometimes all you got to do is jump into something new that's just launching and really make a name for yourself, and it can really just change everything for you in online. And so it's sometimes not the best to jump into something huge that there's, you know, you're just like a nameless face. But if you're one of the people, right, you're one of the group, a small group, and you can jump in and really take action in something like this, you can really blow up your name and really blow up your influence in the community.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of that idea of a big fish in a small pond. And that's really one of the secrets, really, to creating success and creating authority on the internet, is to niche down. You know, there's a saying where they say there's riches in the niches, and that's absolutely true. But the more you niche down, like the more you go sub niche, and you keep going down and down, there's more and more specialization there, and there's more and more opportunity there. And so one of the problems when you're in that giant pool, that giant pond, like Chad said, you know, you're just kind of a nameless face. You're trying to scratch, claw, fight your way against everybody else who has a very similar message, and if not sometimes even the exact same message. So how do you break through the noise? And one of the easiest ways to break through the noise is to make a lot of noise in a tiny little space. And this won't be a tiny little space forever. You know, the system will blow up. I mean, my last system had 10,000 people in it within 60 days. You know, within 6 months, we were close to 40,000 people. So, it's just that simple, that easy to grow it, especially when you've got something where you can be more hands-on, you can have more of a voice, you can have more of a face, you can have more brand recognition with something that's, first off, just starting out. Second off, you know, inside of a Facebook group that is gives you the ability to really just bring some authority, bring some value. And if you're new to the game, you'd be surprised what you can learn from a simple Google search and the type of value that you can convey in a Facebook post inside of a group from a simple Google search or a 5-minute YouTube video. It's pretty intense.
Yeah, well, that's the big thing is you know, I didn't realize this, right? Because most of the businesses I'd always been a part of had like some decent amount of value in them, right? That they had good trainings, and I learned a lot of stuff and some of the really cool things. There's a lot of businesses out there that just like, you're basically just selling smoke and mirrors. And you're really just selling an opportunity to be able to resell something. And so it's crazy. We made this system, which, if you haven't figured out already, it doesn't cost anything to get involved in, but it has more value in the training in it than most businesses that are charging, you know, $25, $30. I actually know one that is $1,000 that has actually, we have more value in our in our no cost system. And that's how value, because we want to put so much value in that front end that you're like, wow, holy shit, these people give us this much value in this system. What are they going to do with us? How are they going to be able to really help me go to the next level when we get into this business, and when we start making some money, and we can still really monitor you? Because this is the one thing that I learned real quick in this business is a mentor can only help you if you're already taking action.
Yeah.
There, all we can do is say, hey, you need to go out and do something, you know, go like shoe, like, you know, go take action. We have the trainings give you the actions to take. And then what we do is, when you're taking action, when you're having some results, they don't even have to be great results, they just need to be results. We can then point you in the right direction and give you that thing that you really need. And so, Matt, why don't you jump on and talk about how you've been able to blow up yourself and be able to, be able to brand yourself and really be able to take, your brand and business to the next level by, blowing up a system.
Well, all right. The last system I was involved with, again, very small, just getting started, and I got into one of the leadership calls. That's what ended up happening. And I got on the leadership, and you have the top earners in the company, and then little old Matt sitting in the corner, and everyone's like, okay, who is this guy on the leadership panel? And then, I started getting messages. What is this all about? Because now it's real. It's like social proof. Now it's real. There's people out there making money, and now somebody that knew me saw that. They were like, holy crap, what am I missing out on? And it wasn't really a smoke and mirrors thing. It was like, some people say, well, it's this thing, it's not legal, you're doing this or the other. And I was like, dude, here's my tax forms. I have to file them. It's real. It's a legit thing. And that changes the game for people. Absolutely changes the game. But like you said, the system will tell you what to do. If you don't do it, we can't help you. If you do it and we see you veering off course, it's very easy for one of us to reach down and point your boat in the other direction and say, no, you have to go back to true north, buddy. It's really not that hard because we've seen it. We've been around for years. If you're taking action and you're veering off course a little bit, hey, have you tried doing this, that, or the other? And then you'll see giant correction, or maybe even just a little correction, but your income goes from $5,000 a month to $7,000, or 5 to 8, or 5 to 10. It's a huge difference, and all you need is just a little bit of direction. And the difference is people here are willing to help you. People up there want to charge you an arm and a leg.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think one of the other major differences that you're going to find here within this culture and within this community is that this is a community of action takers. This, not just the leadership, but the community itself, the people that are in the Facebook group, the people that are in the system, it's a community of action takers. It's people that, whether they know exactly what they're doing or just getting started, they are willing to take the action. And that's very much the people that we're talking to, is, if you're willing to take the action, you can go really far here. And I think that's something that you'll find in this community, above all else. It's not a lot of people that are shouting it from the rooftops kind of thing. Instead, we're much more people that are putting our nose to the grindstone and doing the work that is required to get where we want to go. I think that when you kind of take yourself out of that element, take yourself out of that mindset that I need to be the loudest guy and I need to be the rah and I need to be those things, and you kind of look in the mirror and ask yourself, okay, who am I really? Who do I want to be? You can be that here. What we care about is that you're actively going towards that personality, actively going towards that lifestyle, actively making a change in your lifestyle. And that's one of the reasons why we called it what it is, fit and paid lifestyle. So that's what you're going to get here. That's who you're going to be aligned with. I think it's important to know who you're going to be aligned with, because the people that you're around, you really become the average of them. They say that you're the average of the 5 people who are closest to you. Well, if you're aligning yourself with a bunch of broke people, then you're going to end up broke. If you align yourself with wealthy people, you'll end up wealthy, or at least better off than you are today. So that's something that I've really taken in over the years, and I think it's something that you're definitely going to see here within this community.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about the name of the system, right? It's the Fit and Paid lifestyle system. So what does that mean, right? So obviously we are all about getting in shape, health inside and out, right? Fitness wise, like there is not one person that I know that is not wanting to be either healthier or lose some weight or just in shape, just in better, like working order. And it doesn't have to be just like lose weight or get a bunch of muscles like my boy Joe Terrion, right? But it's more energy, right? How often do you just null out in the middle of the day where like you're just like your energy just like hits the ground and you're like, oh, I need to take a nap, right? It has to do with not like working out, like the fitness, getting some oxygen into your blood, and eating right? And so our first income stream is going to teach you all of that. It's not only going to, it has your planner for all your fitness stuff. It's going to have actual physical products that are going to be valuable, that are actually, get shipped to your door, that is going to teach you how to eat right and how to be, basically, again, fit and like healthy, right? Because that's just really what it's about in this, and like, because it doesn't matter how much money you make. If you're sick, it just sucks, right? Every poor person says I'd change my I'd exchange my health for $1 million. But if you talk to any millionaire, every single one of them will exchange their money for their health all day long. Because when you're healthy, you can get more. When you're not, you can't. So you got the fitness side of it, right? And the income stream there, and that business is awesome. It has one of the sickest income stream or compensation plans I've ever seen in my life. One of the you can make up to $9,000 commissions in there, and then not only can you make. This is the one thing that's really interesting about this business is that you make money for being any type of marketer, right? There's all types of marketers out there. There's some marketers that are just really good at just driving traffic, converting leads, and turning those into sales, and then just kind of keep on doing that over and over again and making money and just flipping, becoming affiliate marketers essentially, where they're just turning traffic into money. And this compensation plan makes those type of people a bunch of money, and it helps out the person even more that likes to work with their team. Because this is the thing is, if I work with Joel and he goes out and produces, I make 50% of everything that he does. And same thing with Matt and any of the other people that are in my team, I make 50% of that. And then, so I get compensated for not only my production, but I get compensated for helping my team and really working with you guys to be the best leaders, to be the best marketers, to be the best producers that you can possibly be, so you can make a ton of money. And then I get compensated for that. And so that is another thing that's awesome. And then they have another compensation plan that's on top of that, which is a depth compensation plan, which I'm not going to get super into. And if you want to get into that that income stream, we can talk about it. But basically what it is it allows me to get paid. They say that if you're a team builder, if you're somebody that's bringing people into a business, most likely the superstars, the super leaders are going to come in 1, 2, 5, 10 levels deep. And if you're in a normal business, a lot of businesses, you don't get paid on people down that depth. And so in this business, doesn't matter how deep you are, you get paid when some people in your team come in. And that is one of the sexiest things I've ever seen.
So to put that 50% thing into dollars, I just wanted to clarify a little bit. So if you were on my team and or rather I should say, if I'm on Chad's team and I make a $9,000 commission, Chad gets a $4,500 commission as well.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, just so to put that in perspective, like if you yourself have sponsored somebody who goes and makes a $9,000 commission, you yourself make a $4,500 commission. So when you look at it from that perspective, it's really pretty intense, because if you were to literally help one of your team members make a sale every month, I mean, you're living pretty well at a $4,500 commission, and that's just one. I mean, and the way that our system is designed, it's designed for duplication, and it's designed for duplication on autopilot. Like, I am such a fan of that, and if anybody has questions about autopilot, you can ask me anything you want. I've pretty much kind of mastered that realm of the internet. And that's really how it's designed. So essentially, the way that our system is designed is you literally could send traffic to it and then just be helpful in the Facebook group. And that's kind of the whole process. That's pretty much it. The rest of it will take care of itself. The system will do the selling. The system will do the telling. The system explains everything. The system is simple. And then, of course, there's the webinars as well to communicate updates, changes, and anything else that's new. So, it's really kind of that easy to understand. And that's the earning potential that's there, just starting with just one person.
I love it.
It's
What
pretty
else? The number one thing about this, for me anyway, the number one thing about this, somebody comes in, and then it's motivating to me to help build their team. And if you can start seeing that, say someone joins me, and all of a sudden I get 3 people in a day that say, "Hey, Matt, I want in," and then all of a sudden I put them underneath that one person, and now you started with 0, and now you have 3 people on your team already in a day. Does that not motivate you enough? If you can see that instantly, it changes something in your brain to say, this is possible, I need to look at this, I need to do something now.
Yeah,
most definitely. Yeah, that's sexy. That is one of the things. Well, let me ask you this, Joel. How many people have I put in your team since you got started?
Oh man, I have no idea. Somewhere around 50. I think.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, you have like this depth down under you that you don't know half of these people. And so you're just lucky to get in at the right time. This is just a step. That's 50. Wait until there's 500 or 5,000. And that's just going to be super sexy. And I've been getting notifications all day that somebody in my team down deep, I don't even know who they are, have been sponsoring it. I think I have like 50 people that have came in my team the last week, and I'm getting paid on all of it. So it's super awesome. So we're going to give you guys an opportunity to, so obviously jump in. We're going to be having these webinars, so you're going to actually be able to promote these. So you definitely want to plug into the group, plug into the system, get everything set up, and then and promote this this webinar next week. And next Monday is the next one. Is that correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Next Monday. So next Monday is going to be the next one, and so
that's at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern.
Nobody lives in the Pacific, so it's 9 o'clock Eastern.
I live in the Pacific. Seattle, California, all those things. Nevada, Las Vegas, hello.
Center of the world, eastern of the world. Yeah. Anyways, so 9 o'clock Eastern is gonna be epic. We're gonna have less technical issues this time, and you guys will be able to jump on and be able to promote this to people that are interested, and we're going to be able to do the telling and selling and promoting for you, and then you can get signups and all that good stuff.
Absolutely. So guys, so if you're on this webinar, then obviously you have already created an account. When you guys register for this webinar, you actually registered an account with the Fit and Paid Lifestyle. You should have got an email that gave you access to log in, or you probably have the login already directly underneath this webinar. So if you guys click that, it'll bring you into the full-on system, and you can start going through the steps and see how this whole thing can work for you. So take action on that, guys. Take action now. So that's it, guys. Start taking action. Chad, should we show them kind of the back office?
Yeah, let me share a little bit of the back office here. Man, I haven't used Google Hangout in so long. Let me.
I can do it.
No, I got it.
All right, cool.
Actually, you know of your way around it better. So
so if anybody is aware, I actually designed kind of a lot of the stuff back here. So I'm gonna hit share. Boom. All right, here we go. Jumping around, going through space. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
we can.
Awesome, cool. All right, so right when you guys log into your system, you're gonna see this member home tab right here on the watch this first page. So you're gonna get Chad's beautiful face. He's gonna tell you all of the things that you need to do throughout the system, but it's also spelled out here in writing as well. So directly below here is a link to our Facebook group. That Facebook group is going to be where you're going to be able to go to get support 24 hours a day. You're getting help from the whole community, and that whole community they're the ones who are going to be helping you, as well as leadership as well. They're going to be answering your questions. You can ask really anything there. It's an open forum for you guys to ask whatever you want. It's all there. So in addition to that, guys, I'm going to get rid of this little thing down here. All right, guys, directly below that, you can select your capture pages. Currently, we have 4 capture pages in the system, and we may add more in the future. We'll probably add the webinar capture page here, the webinar registration page will also get added. So as you can see, the system is growing and developing as we go forward, and it's going to continue to grow and develop over time. The conversions will get better and better and better. The income streams will get more and more dialed in. And once you go to step 1 here, step 1 is your profit center. This is where all of your core income streams are located. So the first one is the Now Lifestyle, like we've been talking about. Once you get that, all you simply do is you click here to create your account. It'll open up in a new tab, and then you'll sign up. You'll get your username. You'll come back here. You'll just put your username in and just click save. It's that simple. It'll give you a little message that says successfully saved, and then all you do is click take me to the next step. Now, the next step, this is one thing I personally am super excited about. It's all about automation. If you heard me talking earlier, automation is really one of the major keys to wealth. This step right here completely automates your leads. It automates your traffic coming in. We use a third-party system called Royalty Gem. It's these tiny little keychain things that you can just literally attach to your keychain, and it does the marketing for you. As you travel around town, it'll actually send a notification to any Android phone that has their Bluetooth enabled within 300 feet of you. It'll send a little notification. You customize the notification to have it say whatever you wanted to have it say, and it'll just, when they click on it, it'll take them to your link to your system, and that's it. You don't have to be an ad expert. You don't have to be a copy expert. You don't have to be an expert on everything, on anything really. It just does it for you. This one here, step 3, 10x your income. This is one of the traffic sources that we use, that I personally use in my own business. Now, I ran a traffic agency for several years. For the last 4 years, I've ran a traffic agency. Udemy was one of my secret sources, one of my places I would go to find great new solo ad publishers, high quality email traffic with verified lists. So all you gotta do is click on that. This will take you over to Udemy. You can set up a free account there and peruse some of the people. You can read testimonials, read about their lists, all kinds of cool stuff. But this is one thing that you can do to really 10x your results really, really fast, get a big shot of leads and traffic and potentially sales into your system. And this is, sometimes you can get traffic for pretty cheap here too. Directly below that, it says take me to the training center. The training center, this is what we're talking about, where there's thousands of dollars worth of value right here, and it's all in this no-cost system. So there's system tour guide. This will walk you through basically everything that I'm doing right now. But there's also like links to client management system. This talks about how you can set up like a CRM using your using an email autoresponder. If you're new to that, I suggest you click on that and watch the training there. Then there's also how to dominate in all areas of your life. It's a training by Chad. We've got how to sell without selling, all kinds of different things that you can do here so you can really learn how to run a business on the internet. And it's all just included here within this no-cost system. Testimonials, we're pretty brand new, so we're collecting testimonials. So feel free to leave those in the Facebook group, and we will clip them and add them to the testimonials tab. And then, of course, any support that you need within the system is available right in the support tab. So if there's anything third party, you can grab it here. Plus, again, a link to our Facebook community as well. So that's just kind of a quick rundown of the system. But as you guys go through it, you'll be able to see that stuff there. How do I stop sharing? All right, there we go. Figured it out. So as you guys go through that system, you're going to be able to see how that whole thing is functioning for you and how you can really use it to grow your business online really, really quickly, really, really fast. And again, it's all that simple. It's just simply drive traffic and help out in the Facebook group, and the rest will take care of itself. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Awesome, dude.
Thanks, Joel, for walking us through
I
that.
didn't mean to be on and on here. This is kind of interesting because I'm live streaming. I should just do this audio, but all right. Well, hey, you guys, I'm super excited about this system. I'm super excited about launching. We're gonna be launching, doing these webinars every. Next one's Monday. Make sure to be on that one. Promote it. Get on there, and then because this is the thing, these webinars work. The more people that see them, the more they're going to want to buy. You don't have to do the selling, not like every other business out there if you're in a network marketing business. And the thing is we drop real value on here and not just sell. So anyways, you're already in, you're already registered. Go ahead, take action, get this out there, promote, and I will talk to you guys later. And see you next time Monday.
See you guys.
Absolutely. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for your time. Have a good one.